Hello, my name is Hannah Curtis, and I did my best practices video on graphic organizers in writing for elementary and secondary. My objective is graphic organizers allow students to use knowledge they already know so they can connect with the text at a higher level. Graphic organizers are metacognitive tools in a visual form. This allows students to connect to the text in more ways than one. How do I use a graphic organizer? Graphic organizers are used to guide learners' thinking as they fill in and build upon a visual map or diagram. A graphic organizer is a very effective visual learning strategy for students learning to write and for those that are experienced writers. They are easy to use and help students collect their thoughts before they start writing. The targeted audience will be any student that is in a writing content class. They will definitely benefit from the graphic organizers. Also, students in social studies and science could benefit. They can collect their thoughts and connect to the text if they can visually see what they're talking about. I have a few examples of graphic organizers in classes besides reading or writing. Graphic organizers also help students with autism, specific learning disabilities, and reading, and lots of other disabilities, because it allows the students to visually see the text broken into sections and keywords. So even if you are in social studies and you're working on something that students don't really understand, then you could break it down into different sections and look over each section. Like, for example, on this one, the Cold War, and then they broke it into different parts of the Cold War and different things that went on during the time. So you can have the students look at it that way so they can better understand the text. Necessary materials. These are examples of graphic organizers. It makes it easier for students to collect their thoughts before they start writing. In the hamburger writing worksheet, students start with the topic, then they give details, and it shows here's the topic, and then it goes down through the different details in the toppings of the hamburger, and then the patty is also a detail, and then at the bottom it's a concluding sentence. So if you're starting like a writing on-demand lesson or something, you could use this as like an example of here's our topic, and we need to connect all of our details back to our topic, and then conclude all of it with something about our topic also. The sequence of the story is about the same. It just helps students to see the order that they should write in. So if you're writing about like a specific time period and you need to keep your thoughts in sequence, then it might be easier for a student to start in the first box and then go to next, and then after that, and then in the end, just so they can look back and see what came where and they don't get confused. And then down here it just says the second worksheet is more for students in a secondary level. You start with the first thoughts, you then proceed to the next, then after that, and then in the end. This helps students see the sequence of their story and how they are going to organize it before they start. Specially designed instruction. Students with autism, the graphic organizer is easy to follow and allows students with autism to connect their thoughts. There's little reading involved most of the time, and you can use manipulative so students can see what they're writing about. You can also make accommodations to students with autism so they can, and maybe instead of just looking at a flat piece of paper, it can be like a visual aid like this down here, and they can have like a piece of lettuce and an apple all connected to their tree, so then they can see whatever the topic is and different ways that they can connect off of that. They have something to feel and something to touch, and it allows them to connect the text and keywords and back to their topic And also, this could help with their vocabulary too, and allow them to have a better idea of the vocabulary words, and they can actually see what it is. Specific learning disability in reading and writing. Graphic organizers are intended to promote more meaningful learning and facilitate understanding and retention of new material by making abstract concepts more concrete and by connecting new information with prior knowledge. And that was a quote that I found by Charles Hughes. Graphic organizers are a good aid to help students who struggle in reading. Because the graphic organizer kind of breaks apart the text for them and allows them to see where the keywords are and how you can use them later on. It helps them comprehend the text better so they can understand more of what the topic means and how they can write about that topic. Here's an example of a different kind of graphic organizer. This is this is a Venn diagram, and I'm sure that everyone's probably used one of these before, but like on this side it's talking about getting a cat, and on this side it's talking about getting a dog, and then in the middle it's talking about getting a dog or cat, things that would happen if you got both. So like on the cat side, just a few things, like they can catch mice, they might scratch you, but on the other hand, you know, they have to on the other hand, they need a cat box and they can't stay they might ignore you, and then on the getting a dog side, they'll go places with you, they'll obey, but dogs could bite people, they could chew up shoes. And then in the middle, they're both funny to watch, they both shed hair, they both can be destructive, they both have vet bills, they both have fleas. So it's just kind of an example of how you would use a Venn diagram. And also, this could be even another like accommodation you can make for students to separate the text and compare and contrast different topics that they're talking about. And then here are my references. And that is all. Thank you.